am so happy, so happy today, and I hope the same is true for you too. And if you need some assistance in feeling happy and recognizing the abundance, love, joy, every positive thing that surrounds you everywhere all the time, this is what this space is for. I already saw Archangel Michael in a reading I did for myself earlier. I always do that so that my guides and ancestors and the Celestial Council team have their opportunity to tell me the things that need to be told to me, so that I'm not maybe misinterpreting your cards or the responses for me and not for you. So I always want to make sure that's like taken care of, and we're good. We're good. What else? So first, let's greet all those who are here with us and invite them into this sacred space. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for your sword of protection, sword of truth, and cloak of protection. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel, for your wisdom and strength as we walk our path and purpose. Thank you, Archangel Raphael. Just so much thanks for all of the health miracles in my life and my family's life. It's truly unbelievable, and I'm so grateful. And I feel like normally we would call in Uriel for the fourth spot, and they're very good for joy and peace and intuition, connected with your intuition. However, today that vibe feels a little different. It feels like Big JC in the house, here to teach us some things, for sure. For sure. The most important thing I hear from Jesus or the Holy Spirit is always hate the sin, love the sinner. Love the sinner, hate the sin. Be compassionate. You also have sin. There's just so much beauty in this world when you are able to accept instead of judge. The opposite of judgment is acceptance. And to just accept how things are instead of trying to make them something they're not. Oh, my cat is mad. He just knocked my mouse right off my desk here. Yeah. He's like, pay attention to me. You know how cats can be. So, in this space today, we are happy to pray for anything that you might need prayers for. Hi, is that cute? Yes. Ascos? Sure. Hi, thanks for being here. I hope I said the name right. And so if anyone needs prayers about something, we are here. Am I Joshi? I don't know what that means. Where am I from? I live outside of New York City. Like, I can see it across the river. But I'm in New Jersey, and that's where I'm from. East Coast time. Well, that's where I'm at now. But where I'm from, when you go back further, I grew up in Oregon. But I do have family, like, all over. It's nice to go someplace and see family all over. Thank you. And what I'll tell you is the beauty that you see radiating out of my eyes or my face or anything else that like you're drawn to is wholly due to the 5D consciousness that I'm carrying with me, that I'm channeling in this space, that we're welcoming in here together. So instead of just a regular Monday, we're gonna do a Monday Magic Monday. So we've called in all of the entities that are helping us hold this space in its high vibration. You are connected to this, whether you're here for a moment or here for hours or seeing this not live, but as a video later. This space is for you all the time. All the time. I would caution you that this is not the place for that. Be careful of the questions that you ask. Make sure they are appropriate, because I don't want anybody to get hurt in this space that's highly protected. Right? The space is very protected. You're welcome in here. Just be cautious. And I know it wasn't with intent, which is why I'm giving you that blessing and warning. Okay, y'all. I don't know who this is for or not. Also, if you want prayers or things like that, this is the place to do it. You don't even have to say it out loud. You just pray while you're in here. There are very many positive entities, archangels, all of that kind of stuff available in this space. Yes, it is. It's very hot in here. One second. One second. Thank you so much for your patience. I had to check out something. Someone just said. From Morocco, that's amazing. Like, this is what I love so much about this space, is that it's truly 5D, right? We're connecting without any kind of need for being in the same place or at the same time, and we can still exchange energy and information. That's definitely above the 3D for sure. 3D is you're in Morocco and I'm in New York. 5D is we're both here right now. So there is some, I would say, a little bit of heavy work needed. It's going to feel a little bit tough. It's like you're at the final tasks that you need to be doing to achieve what you have wanted. And instead of thinking of it as a burden, change your perspective on that. Remember why you're doing this work. It will make the work lighter, for sure. I have not been to Morocco, no. I want to travel more. I definitely have like wanderlust, but that's for later. And instead of getting angry about all the work that needs done, instead of getting frustrated, changing your perspective and getting yourself into the feeling of the King of Cups, someone who is in charge of their emotional state and progressing. That's awesome. That's awesome. Where have I been so far? I've been to most of the states in the US, which is a lot because the US is much, much bigger than people think. And the only two places I have not been is North Dakota, which, you know, people kind of say, does that even exist? Alaska and Hawaii. That's it. I've been to Grand Bahamas, I've been to Mexico, I've been to Canada, I've been to India, and some places in Europe like France, Switzerland, Germany, things like that. Yeah. So the other part that goes along with the different perspective is to not hold on so tightly to all your material things. There's more coming towards you, and if you hold on to what you got, then you're not taking the change and the steps that are offered to you to become the person who teaches others, gives them secrets, knows about things. No. No, and I don't know if I would, to be honest. I mean, like, misogyny is bad enough here in the US. I don't need misogyny with a whole bunch of other rules. Just because I don't have a penis, sorry. Yes, I do. And I have great respect for Islam. And the people that I have met in the US who are also practice Islam are some of the most like kindest, helpful, gentle people. I don't know how else to explain it other than like their vibes after Friday prayers, so nice. They're so happy to pray for me and my family even though I am a not person who practices Islam. What's my name? You can look at the description. That's my internet name. And it's to the point now that saying my name anywhere online sounds weird to me. In the online space, my name is Cerulean. So what's good in Morocco today? Tell me all about it. The weather, the markets, your favorite things. All the things that I don't know that you do on the beach area. Bro, has this ever worked for you? And if you're doing the same thing and not getting the results you want, then why would you keep doing the same thing? You gotta try different things, different perspectives. I mean, I feel like Morocco is just kind of a hot place, right? You're on the Mediterranean, close to the equator, kind of deserty, right? Like close to the Sahara. But let me tell you, I feel actually so much more comfortable around people who do not look like me. Yes, I'll answer that question. Yeah, I'm a white person, and a lot of white people together freak me out because I know the kind of dumb shit white people do. And so, seeing groups of white people together is way scarier to me than seeing any other kind of person, culture, color, belief system. Ooh. I just heard white Christian nationalist. White Christian. It's a hell of a job. Yes, two. One is entering their senior year in high school and the other sophomore at university. I keep seeing the 10 of Wands because there's some heavy work that needs done by someone who's going to see this. And if it applies to you, like, if it resonates, take it. It's going to be happening fast. I almost feel like it's some information you're getting that you don't like, or it causes you to have more work to do. Very quickly, you're going to be doing a lot of things. Wands always talk about actions in the material world, or material from the material world. Actions you take in the material world. Yeah. And Pentacles is all of the abundance. You see, I'm happy that we haven't seen the Tower today, because for a while there, it was Tower, death, Tower, judgment. I just split the tag. What the heck? This is why I say at this point, I don't think I even need to use tarot cards. I get the vibe, and it's confirmation, right? That's really what they're for. I know there's lots of people who also don't necessarily believe in or are okay with for tarot cards, especially anybody who is, I would say, strict Christianity or just in general is Islamic. People who practice Islam, people who are, I don't know. There was a pause here for a reason. And so, but none of them have ever gotten, like, really tell me, like, that it's wrong. Everybody would just be like, nah, I don't want to read you. That's okay. I'm like, alright, cool. Then there's other people who insist on trying to tell me what I'm doing right or wrong, which is funny. How much judgment. Judgment is like our default ego mode, I feel. It's like accepting is harder, and it's across a lot of different religions, organizations. And I understand the idea too, right? It's like we're supposed to have faith in the God of our knowledge that we understand and perform for, right? Do things consistent with what is told to us to do. Somebody in here is having just like wonderful, wonderful, wonderfulness. Emotional fulfillment. Family, happiness, joy. And the sun being like so free. And the other one I saw is the Empress. Someone in here, you got a pillow. I love that for you. You got that good. I'm feeling something and I can't tell what it is. So this is about a journey for somebody. On the bottom of the deck is like the Queen of Cups, so this is like the general energy that you're currently working with. Right? Be careful not to be emotionally distant or harsh during this time. That's not like the vibe here, for sure. High Priestess. These two came out at the same time. This is like you're searching, you're waiting, you're searching, you're asking, you're walking your path, trying to find your fulfillment. And it's not for you to find. It's given to you. It's given to you. And there's your path that you walk forward with in this material idea of a financial situation. Something comes along out of the blue and sets you on a different path. Don't be scared of this time, right? Time when you're waiting, time when you're exploring, all of that comes together in the final outcome, right? It's like you don't at the time maybe know why something happened, or you took a job, or you did this or that, and then later it shows a direct connection to your next step in your path. That's when you know you're on the right path. Okay, that's what we gotta do. We gotta clean this space a little bit, because if it gets a little too 3D in here, in here, then I can't hear the messages clear. Alright, we're gonna cleanse with a little bit of smoke. Yeah. There we go. For you guys and for me. And I'll say that there are many ways to cleanse your space and change the vibration. Smoke is just one of them. There's also singing, there's salt water, there's sound, there's chanting, anything that you can do to increase your vibration, right? Maybe it's dancing or singing, meditating, whatever it is. There's so many ways to get a good vibe going. There are plenty of other ways to connect. Water break. Okay, I don't know why, but I just saw this, so we're going to do a very big spread. The pyramid. And then what we'll do is I'll turn them over one at a time, and we'll talk about them and what it means, and then we'll also do something more fully at the end. Okay, there's 10 cards here. Bottom of the deck is again this. So this is kind of what we're all going to be talking about, is what's coming towards you that you don't see that is going to be beneficial for you on your journey. It's like start of a new path. King of Pentacles is at the top. That's the like end state on your journey that we just saw with the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so this is like the Seven of Swords. Let me see what the other one is over here. Seven of Swords is kind of talking about disarming your enemies. Moving in stealth. Okay, so that to me means don't explain to others what you're doing or why. So, making decisions hindered by nostalgia. That's not where you want to be. You know a lot based on your past experience, and it's almost like you're being told to do the Seven of Wands, which is like getting their energy and like weapons away from them. And the other side is kind of like, I don't know, it used to be so good, we had a good time, I don't think I want to be ending this so soon. what gets you out of that hanged man, even if you don't choose to disarm your enemies, but it's just people who are not in touch with their higher self. You're going to have some kind of inspired action, right? Action is wands, inspiration is the feather in the cap, and red, that's always about protection and guidance. That's going to get you out of the hanged man or hanged woman state. And what you're being inspired to do is start a whole new journey. Again, this kind of feeling that, here's the thing too, people who want information from you, you don't always need to give it, right? Swords are about like intellect and mind as well. Taking lessons. Protection. This one, 5 of Swords, is almost like, this is hilarious. So you see in his hands, he's got 5 swords in his hands, right? 3 and 2. Well, then over here, it's showing where those swords went. You like went over to your friends or whatever, was like, hey guys, I want to go do this, let's charge this way, and they're like, nah, I don't want to do that. It can also be like calling you a little bit to not be so stubborn, and also consider something that would, like if you need other people to go with you, then you need to consider something that they are striving for as well. I don't know if you've ever heard it, but the saying is, if you want to get there fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, go with others. Hi, Nolianga. How are you? I'm so glad you're here. Oof. Here's the hard work again. All right, so here's the last row about everything we're already talking about. Hey, Coco, how are you? So you're inspired to start on this new journey. Other people might not agree with what you're doing, but you do also need to seek out your team who, helps you either physical, spiritual, mentally, whatever. There's a lot of ways we receive benefits from those around us. Prayers, meditating, which is what's this kind of calling for, so that you're connected, and the inspired actions we see here with the Page of Wands continue. Doing this kind of thing, keeping your mind quiet and peaceful, is going to help you know which direction to go, perceive your intuition. This might also be like an end. There's rest, there's an end, and this is grief. An end to grief. You're also, we saw this one that was nostalgia up here, so it's like you're grieving that this even has to change. How am I doing it, Coco? I'm doing awesome. I'm doing so awesome. I love your little emoji there too. Thank you. It's so fun. So the last card being the Ten of Wands kind of feels like here's you getting ready. Right? Here's you in the hanged position where you're resting, you're not quite sure which way to go, you're grieving that there even has to be change in this situation that you're so familiar with, that gives you the nostalgic feeling of like love or peace or joy, things like this. Awesome. Thank you. I'm doing so good. How are you doing? I didn't ask how you were doing. Thank you, Coco, for your awesome energy in here. I appreciate you. The last card that came out is specific only to this deck. It was additional art that Smith created. Yeah. And this one isn't assigned anything, but to me this is very much about like the void, a time of rest, a time of preparing for the spring, right? That's what all plants do. Every winter. Cut things down, keep what you need, go a little dormant. Thank you, Coco. Coco, do you want me to give you a personal reading? I'm happy to just pull some cards for you if you have any questions. You can put it in the chat or just concentrate, and that will come. Yeah, it's almost like, it feels like there's grief and rest required, and there's going to be a lot of work, and you're going to want the end result to be something that doesn't look like this, but right, we accept where we are, we don't judge it. That's the only way you can move from where you're at. I live just outside New York City. You can see it from my windows in the back. But I grew up in Oregon, which is on the west coast, north of California. So sometimes that's, sometimes people ask that, I found, because I guess my accent is a little odd. Like when I'm at the west coast, people are like, you sound like you're from New York. And when I'm here, people are always like, where are you from? All right. What does Coco need to know? Help me answer Coco's question. What do they need to know? All right. That's it. Girl. Woo. Okay. Oof, here we go again. Bottom is the tower. Oh, what's on my head is just like a little... It's just a little fancy thing. It's got a little bit of amethyst on there. Third eye recognition. Also makes my big forehead look a little bit smaller. Lots of reasons. Okay. Something big is changing. Something big is changing for you. And it's almost like it's like you feel like this is out of reach. Right? Out of reach, being like, right? Almost like the mother's being pulled away from the child. So this has something to do with your family and your legacy. Or not feeling ready for the next steps. It also feels like it's out of control, but it's not. And the reason why I said it was about legacy is here. This is legacy right here. This is abundance, family. You're the only person. And that's like, yeah. So with the Ten of Pentacles, there's like, okay, there's this feeling of almost like there's something I want and I can't get it. Or maybe I've outgrown it. Or maybe it's not what you want anymore. The only thing that you really want is to have legacy and family and abundance in finances and material things. This is just kind of leading up to the 3 big major arcana cards. So here you have the Star. Recognize, right? You don't need to feel this. You are this. You create this. And not only are you creating, you're going to be teaching others how you do it too. They're going to come to you. I've heard this. Please tell me. Thank you, Coco. And then also here, Temperance. Again, it feels very much like the Star. The only difference is the idea that you are protected, divinely protected in like your wishes that you're creating, in the world that you're creating for yourself. And it's like you're on your path, you're protected on the whole path, you're going up to the top of the mountain. Always keep that in perspective for you. And then 2 other cards I saw that came out a little bit later was the Ace of Cups and the 8 of Swords. This is always, 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 for me anyway, about false belief or victim mentality, fear of persecution, all of those things. But you can see that there's no one holding those swords. She's not even hardly tied that tight. It's really just you. That's awesome. Where in Mexico? Mexico's a pretty big country. I have been there before. Been to Tijuana when I was little because we have family that live in California, but I also went to Cancun for spring break in like 1998. Okay, and so this is the other thing. You're like, how do I even do this? Am I worthy of this? You know, I feel like I don't know what to do to create my own reality kind of thing, right? And then here it is again, like divine providence, like giving you something that overfills your cup so it's easy for you to be creating the world you want with the star and the Hierophant. Chihuahua. I have to find out where that's from. I hope that was helpful to you. Like, the most important like takeaway message from that is basically just like the whole idea you create your own reality. We know that we want good things, so then we focus on good things as we're creating, right? And one thing that I know I'm also working on is the idea that just creating more regularly, because it's so much easier to just consume, right, than actually create, right? Creating is something that is like takes a person where with like mind and creativity and all of their faculties they have to create versus the just ease of sitting back and consuming. It doesn't take a lot of effort or energy or forethought. I feel like there's something else there. Oh yes, the hypocrisy of me creating and you guys consuming. I consume too sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. Just be mindful of the total amount. And creating doesn't have to be stuff on YouTube. It can be like cooking, crafts, sewing, everything. Coco. I'm confused. You say you are in Chihuahua, Mexico, but also that I can come visit you in Morocco? We were talking about creating and I just saw the 8 of Pentacles, which is all about that. Do the work. Okay, that was weird. And when something weird like that happens, that means there's a message in here for somebody. We are at the 10 of Swords. Okay, this is dead, done and over with. And you can see that there is the light of the dawn kind of breaking. And even though you have all the swords in you, there is red fabric here, which is reminiscent of blood, but also generally is protection in the tarot. We usually see it. We see it in other places. This means you're going on a new journey. Whatever is, right? Whatever's over, it's a fresh start. It either has something to do with legal or a Libra, something with balance on this journey, right? You're starting out. This is like, what do I want to say? It was like, this is saying what was owed to you after this situation. And it's going to be given to you on your new journey. Keep an eye out for that. Use your intuition. I don't know how close I can get the card here so you can see, but on the crown there is a blue gem that's very much third eye. Moon. Something is hidden. Something's hidden on this new journey. Probably because it's more massive than you could ever imagine. And you would feel it's tough to even start if you knew where your end point was. It's that far away. No, I'm older than that, Coco. Again, a lot of major arcana cards. Strength is here, right? You have the strength, the knowledge, the intellect to take this journey, this new journey, even if it's not revealed to you at the moment. Yeah, I'm older than your mom. I feel like, okay, there's like another piece here. There's 3 more cards that are another piece. But I'm not... Okay, so this one being the 2 of Cups after that. This is like... Oh, still higher, Coco. Just a little bit. Add an 8. So, this is not necessarily about love. It can also be about collaboration, partnership, and partnership being in love, in work, in material ways. Right? It feels like it feels like when those things happen, right, where it's just like it's the universe, it's divine providence, it's whatever the God of your knowledge is protecting what's coming. And then these 2 followed. It's like what's coming after. It's some new, like, pentacle. No, Coco. New. It's a new idea that has come along with this, right? This is why this makes me think these 2 things together. It's not necessarily like a relationship, but more like a business partnership. But it's gonna seem very natural and easy. It's gonna feel like good. That's why the cups are there. It's emotion, and the emotion is like joy and happiness, partnership and camaraderie on what has been revealed, what you're looking to do. And then this is the part where I'm like, I don't know. 48, Coco, 48. It looks like, I mean, you're on high ground, right? So, and you're taking actions. There's also a lot of things down here where it's like, you feel like you have a lot to do. You're maybe frustrated or overwhelmed. And talking makes my throat dry sometimes. I want to get another card about that. Coco, it's your birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday. That's awesome. I'm happy for you. If it's tomorrow, what's your sign? You must be... What comes after Cancer? I'll have to look what your sign is. Do you know your zodiac for your birthday? what sign you are. I'm Pisces. There's something here where it's almost like you are also kind of, I mean, I don't want to say angry, but that's the simplest way to describe it, is like frustrated to do this. It's almost like you're doing it again, right? Something that failed and is over with, right, from the very beginning. And there's like the new opportunity. In the new opportunity, there's going to be things that you've done in the past. Try to just be grateful that you're very experienced of taking care of what needs done, rather than frustrated that you have to do it all again. And then the bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. That's like, oh, that's my youngest son's birthday too. He just turned 17 at the end of June. Man, you got your whole life ahead of you, Coco. That's freaking awesome. What do you plan on doing when you graduate from high school? I asked you that question and then I just saw this. Work. Things will come for you. Trust. Yep. So, here it is. Do the work. Work together. Or if there's any kind of like struggle, maybe people trying to tell you do it this way, do it that way. And moving on from that kind of feeling of like people trying to tell you what to do, or maybe even they're trying to help but they don't really know how. And then this is taking the lessons, going to calmer shores, calmer waters. And what is there on the shore that you are heading towards? See the land in the back there? Nice and calm. 10 of Cups. Happiness, joy, fulfillment, family. Remember, you are the magician. Magician has control over their thoughts, their emotions, their material world. And even like the actions, that's the rod right there. And the rod in the hand, which is saying as above, so below. What you create in your mind, you can create in reality with these tools. And it even shows like as above, right? There's abundance, there's food, there's your thing that you want to create in reality, and then down here you can see what was created as above, so below. And that is you. And then the other one, right? Once you do the work, once you make the inside outside the same, Coco, just receive. Just receive. Once you've gotten to the point where you understand that you are the magician and the creator of your own happiness, it's easier to relax into the Empress energy. Very often, I know in American society, but many societies, it's like you have to, this thought that you need to work, right? That's very masculine energy. Feminine energy of abundance, acceptance, peace. It's all here. And you can make some things, right? You do the work, you do the things, make sure you receive too. If you're constantly always just trying to do some money magic or love spells and rituals, things like that, if you're always trying to do that, you're not leaving space for it to come in for you. And when you accept like the Empress, that's when it's like the Four of Wands, all joy, all happiness, everything that you wanted, fulfillment. winning a race. Am I doing a live tomorrow? I will try to. I'm trying to do one every day. I really am. And we don't always read cards. Sometimes we talk about crystals, talk about magic. In the description below, I have my email address and my website. I'm going to be adding some more things on there very soon. What time, girl? I don't know. Sorry. I wish I knew. Sometimes I don't even know the days. Let's say, what time is it now? Let's do tomorrow at noon. We'll say that. Oh, there's a message in here. So, let's see, yeah, I also talk about crystals. I have a lot of different crystals. That's awesome. Lots of interesting stories and experiences that I have. It's okay. I've had people come in here and say, why do you believe in tarot cards? And then they had me read their tarot cards and then they were like, oh. And I was like, yes, my friend, yes. It's just energy reading, of which I'm very good at. And beyond reading, now I can see it. I can see the energy, the vibe, the outcome, the input, all of that kind of stuff. Lots of material stuff today going on. It must be Monday magic. Can you be my friend? Sure, of course. You've subscribed. Getting many of the same cards. Woo! Okay. So to me, it's like the same message, right? You're sitting here going, when am I going to receive my abundance? When am I going to receive my reward? I've done all the work I'm supposed to do. Now I'm just waiting. Like, was it really worth it? And this is the energy that you fight against this with, right? Right? This feeling of like complacence. You don't know. Is it going to be good or not? Always be the emperor. Because the emperor is in charge of your life. When did I start what? YouTube? Oh my god. When did I start the live? About an hour ago. So, right now on East Coast, it's like 1:40, so it's like 12:40 when I started the live. See, morning is usually better because people are still sleeping because it's summer break. So as the emperor, you choose. You are very, very protected and you choose what you create. So if you're in this, oh, it's 11. So you're like on mountain time, I guess. Yeah, we're 2 hours apart then. So if I start around like noon tomorrow, it'd be like 10 a.m. your time. So if you were having this kind of feeling of like, is it worth it? Anything like that. That's your job to put in place. Put away that feeling because you know you're the one who can get and create everything you want. And if you feel like you can't, it is a false belief. There's something that's keeping you from fulfilling the energy of the emperor, and it could either be a sense of, thoughts, limiting beliefs, things that you need to clear so that you can acknowledge and accept that you are the Emperor, and also being okay with and not afraid of time that is renewal, time that is change. The void, the rest, the break, the fork in the road. And then the last 3 cards to come out was again echoing something very similar too, which is there is something material that you have your eye on, that you're going for, that you really are wanting to work on. And that comes from, right, the things that you want to work on, the things that you want to have in the material world. Temperance again, right, being created by yourself and the God of your knowledge to fulfill the true desire that you have, which is happiness, joy, peace, prosperity, family, love, joy, all of the things that are emotional for us, that feel so good, the things that we always, are our goal or want to be a part of. And we have been talking a lot about emotions and feelings, and it's not a popular idea, or maybe it is, but it's definitely not something that's necessarily easy. And that is to understand, acknowledge, accept, and act upon the understanding that happiness is a choice. Love is a choice. All of these things you can choose to feel, and all of the feelings you have should generally not be caused by an external source, right? And because someone needs this message, running into things headlong with maybe an idea but no plan of action. Tower, right? When you build a building, you take time to make sure the drawing is correct and the right people have seen it and the foundations are prepared and the walls are put up. And if you're moving too fast, it's easy to miss something that then, okay, sorry about this, bites you in the ass, right? Something that comes against you that you didn't think would be a problem or you didn't consider on the thing that you're rushing towards, right? Don't rush. Fast is slow. No, fast is smooth. What is it? Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. That's what it is. It feels great to like jump headlong into things like, oh, I'm really interested in this, so now I'm going to learn all about this and read about it, buy things, do all of these things. You do all that stuff, right? And then still you're here, right? I did so much. Why isn't it doing what I want it to do? It's something you're attached to that keeps giving you this feeling. And maybe it's an outcome. Maybe it's like you are tied to the idea that you need to be a millionaire, be successful, or have a Mercedes, or a G-Wagon, Chanel clothes, like all of those kind of things that you feel trapped to, that you then have to work towards. And you're asking, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to do all the work that is required for the things I believe I need or feel tied to? Hustle culture is a lie. Yep. I just split the deck again and shuffled. I said, hustle culture is a lie. Look at this. This is poverty. And this is that one again. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth chasing always something more? Is it worth the work to go from a 5 of Pentacles to an 8 of Pentacles? Is that really what you wanted? Are you heading in the right direction? Does it make you happy? Does it make you healthy? Does it make you whole? And that's why I am here in this space with you all today. I will be here again very, very soon. And we will share energy and space, good vibrations, rosy energy, pools, and abundance. Oh, all of it, all of it. We do it here. We love it. I'm so grateful that I'm able to do this. It's wonderful and freeing and such good vibes, and I'm so grateful I get to do this. I'm so grateful for everyone who shows up. All my lives, I'll say most of my lives, are also available to watch later, and I do that because 5D space is regardless of time or location, so I want to make sure that the people that I know I'm reading for that aren't here yet but will be here. Yep. Is there anything else? Apparently there is. So this is a very clear quartz crystal. It's almost like you can see, I don't know if the camera will get it here, but you can see there's different, like, very close together lines that are often seen to be like information or data. And I know that this is going to be one of those wackadoo ideas, but just like we have computers and data and information on physical resources that are computers that use silicon for their motherboards and chips and processing and all of that. I want to say, okay, I thought Lemuria first, but it could also be Atlantis. This is how data was previously stored, information. Many years ago. And some of the ways I can determine the information that's on them is meditating with them. So if you have any kind of crystals and you just want to, like, find out maybe what they're good for or their purpose in your life, understanding revelations about anything, crystals are very good for that. They give you that energetic vibration that maybe you are not conscious of yet yourself, because everything in reality is a placebo. Every emotion you can feel, every vibration you can create, these are the kind of things that help you at the beginning to kind of anchor in and consider different realities, and the idea that there are things that have happened or do happen or continue to happen that we don't really have an understanding of. It's just magic. It's wonderful Monday magic. So I think that's about it for now. I will see you all very, very soon. I love you all. Peace. Take care. I hope you find something today that makes you smile. Alright, see you soon. Bye.